So, Brad, Tanya is planning on her first home this year and anticipates the need to hire a home inspector. Her parents have given her a couple of questions to ask prospective home inspectors, and she's wondering if you personally could answer these on the air, but also add questions you think that are important for a buyer to ask a home inspector. So this really is great for anybody who's thinking about buying a home this year or beyond. Here's some questions that you want to ask a home inspector, and Brad, if you'll answer them and then add more if you want. The first one she was told by her parents is to ask the home inspector, what are your credentials? And again, remind, we have about 4 minutes left in the show, but go ahead.
Yeah, so credentials in the state of Kentucky and state of Indiana, you have to be licensed anyway. So we are licensed states that we operate in. Other states like Michigan, where a license isn't required, the credentials may come into play. What they need to do is go to the professional licensing boards and just check the credentials of the home inspectors they're interested in. They'll see whether or not they have a valid license.
Are you and other home inspectors bonded and or insured?
Insured, yes, but let me talk about insurance. Okay. I happen to also be bonded. Not all inspectors are. The biggest thing, though, you have to ask your inspector if they carry errors and omissions insurance. Most inspectors don't because it's not required by the state. That's the biggest thing that they need to ask. So you can't just ask the question, are you insured? Because they'll say yes, because you have to have a general liability policy to hold a license in Kentucky. You do not have to have errors and omissions insurance, and most home inspectors do not because it's expensive. Home team does.
And as an agent, I have, insurance because it's required for us. All right. So how do you stay current? She is asking Tanya.
Yeah. So we stay current. We are required by our states that we are licensed in to have a certain amount of continuing education that's done. We have to do that. We have to accumulate those hours every 2 years in order to renew our licenses. So again, it's a requirement of working in licensed states.
And do you suggest Tanya and other buyers attend the home inspection while you're doing it?
I always want the buyers to be there. Not necessarily there for the whole thing because it is honestly, it's very distracting for the inspectors and it throws them off their group, but they want to be there. We always tell our clients to come 60 minutes after we start the inspection so that they can come in, take their final measurements, take a look around, point out things that they want to make sure are addressed, and then be there for the walkthrough.
Any other questions you would add that Tanya should put in her list?
No, those are good in questions. I think the other thing that you really need to ask is check out that inspector's license. Go to the licensing page, check it out, see how long they've been licensed, ask them how many inspections they've completed. The average inspector in our area is only completing less than 150, probably closer to 100 inspections a year. My team members are completing 550 to 600 inspections per year. So there's a wide gap. Even though an inspector may say, yeah, I've been in the business for 3 years, he may not even have completed 100 inspections yet.
Got it. For many of you who would like to see, we do a lot of videos. We send them out every day and every week. We have a list you can add to see our bi-monthly videos. Go to WeSellLouisville.tv and sign up. That's WeSellLouisville.tv.